Hello, rock stars! Welcome to Yoga Sculpture Abs with Coach Nikki, and I'm Coach Nikki, so it's so great to see you here. We are going to have such a fun time today on our mat, in our bodies, and really getting ourselves heated up and worked out, and then getting a nice little stretch at the end. So if you want to join me, let's get on the mat, let's do this together. So coming on over, finding all fours. Now let's just find a space here that we can start to identify as our own little island. We are on our own little island today on our mat. So I want you to take up that space and start to find the connection between you, the mat, and the ground beneath you. So nice wide fingers so that you can draw energy all the way up. Shoulders are rolling back. The knees are hip distance. We start to kind of plant the top of your feet even to the floor. So then begin to let the belly fall, shoulders roll back as you take a nice big deep breath in. Watch the shoulders here. Just want to make sure that you're not scrunching the shoulders because that could really bother the neck. So we're going to pull the shoulders back. And then with an exhale, start to pull your belly in first and then round it out, lifting up. Exhale out. Ooh, feels nice just to kind of get that spine moving, the back stretching. Inhale, let the belly fall, shoulders roll back. Exhale, round it out, hollow out. Oh, feels really nice. So if you ever are here, you want to take this little extra moment while you're in this cat-cow stretch. Take a second and maybe just shift around and notice how you're feeling today. Sometimes I get into this and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that I was feeling so tight. So it's nice just to kind of wiggle around and move it around as you're moving in and out through that cat-cow position. Let's take this last one together, scooping up. I want you to really pull up and in through the belly space. So like you could draw up through the deepest part of your belly and then belly to spine and hollow out and scoop it out and back into neutral space. Awesome. So let's draw the shoulders back. Notice if there's a little sway here in the low back space and see if you can just kind of fill that space in with the belly to spine. Taking left leg, reaching it back, inhale, and then exhale, draw knee to nose. And see if you can just kind of hollow out as you're bringing the knee up. Inhale, taking it back. Belly pulls in even deeper and lift up into your cat stretch and hollow out. We'll take 3 more together. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. As that leg goes back, you're still staying pulled in and up through the lowest part of your belly space. And let's take this last one. Bring it back down, switching sides. So drawing up first, maintaining stability through the pelvic bowl, through the spine, and then draw up. Not even just like you're drawing your knee forward, but then like you scoop it up and you're trying to touch your nose or touch your chest even, and hollow out. So we'll use that action quite a few times today in our practice. Draw it up one last time and then bring it back down. So knees are just separated hip distance. The hands reach to the top of your mat or your own personal island and press your hips back. See if you can pull your belly into spine even here as you're pressing back, getting really long all the way from your fingertips through the arms, the side waist, and back to your hips. Movement coming forward. Inhale, fingers are still spread wide. Lift up, press back into your first down dog. Maybe take a moment to shift around. Start to find that mobility through the ankles, through the calves. Then we'll just create a nice little flow as we come back down to the knees with an inhale. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pressing back. So never be afraid of your breath. And what I mean by that is oftentimes people, when they first start a practice, of course, We all breathe. Every day we breathe, right? Or we wouldn't be alive. But sometimes we get a little confused. Well, should I be breathing in here and out there? The most important thing is that you're aware of your breath, right? The tuning into it and the finding the movement and the breath together is our first goal, right? Our first intention. And then beginning to really tune it in and knowing the best times to breathe, in which movement that you're in, that will come. It'll just come naturally, I promise. So let's take this last down dog. Hang out here with me for a moment. Now, see if you can take a breath in and start to walk back. So again, if your breath doesn't always match what I'm saying, it's okay. We're just gonna put our intention there. So start to roll up slowly, just coming into a little standing chair position. Right, so now from here, let's take a deep breath in. We gotta fix our shirts and all that from our down dog. Here we go. Sweep it up, inhale into chair. Exhale, lower down just a little deeper, sending your hips back, knees behind the toes, weight in your heels. Inhale, just a slight lift up. And exhale, pull the belly in deep. Have a seat back. Inhale. So notice every time your arms go up, you might have a tendency to kind of arch your back. I want you to see if you can keep your belly pulled in, and maybe don't take your arms quite so high if that continues to happen. So your arms don't have to go all the way overhead. Let's take one more time. Inhale. Now we're going to add a little walk out. So taking a moment and walking big steps. Belly stays pulled into spine. See if you can make it out in maybe about 4 big steps. And we're going to find our plank here. Inhale. Exhale. Pull the belly in to begin to walk back again. And again, our intention, it's about intention. Our intention is to keep the hips steady. Okay, so inhale. Maybe you would like a reach up in your chair. Exhale, start to fold forward, walking out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finding solid plank. Draw tail to back of legs. Engage your quadriceps. Pull belly in. Take a breath. Exhale. Begin to lift up where you are and then press back. 1, 2, 3, 4. We reach. Inhale. Exhale, slowly coming down, pulling belly in like there's a string from your belly button to your spine, and somebody's lifting it up and holding you lifted. And then come forward, nice solid plank. Inhale. Exhale. You could always find a knee plank if you kind of start to feel like you need a little bit of support. Inhale. Exhale, still maintaining all that action through your core. Let's take it out again. Let's take a little hold here. Take a moment. Let's take the right knee down. We're gonna slide over to the left side. So now you're on the inside of your left foot. We're in a side plank position. We're gonna reach up and over. Okay, start to lift that top leg and reach. Nice job. Inhale. We're gonna keep the bottom waist lifted. So without any sagging or movement in the upper body, exhale. Deep breath in, exhale it out, you've got it. Let's take one more, inhale. Exhale. Good, bring it back down. We're gonna come forward, find your plank, whether it's knees or toes, and let's do that on the other side. So we're gonna shift. You can drop your left knee, roll to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, lift. So again, just find the intention with your breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, see if you could draw your tail slightly down to the back of your legs. It's okay if you find yourself shaking a little bit here. Okay, take one more breath. Let's sweep it up. Bring it back around. Nice job. Inhale, pause, exhale, press it back. Take your down dog here. Maybe step it out a little bit. At any time throughout your practice, if you need a little break, you can always come back down to that child's pose, and you could even place your hands back by your feet. Okay, so that's a really nice place to rest You have permission, give yourself permission to always take a break as needed and then just come back. That's how we build strength. That's how we build progress. So let's start back here in this down dog position, taking right leg, lifting it up. Notice if your right hip is kind of lifting up and over, and see if you can keep it square. So your hips are level, your toes are toward the floor. Inhale. With your exhale, draw knee to nose again. Hollow out. Inhale, take it back to the down dog space. Exhale, come forward. If you want a little extra help, you take that left knee down and then send it back. You could do this in all fours again, just like you did before. Exhale. Let's take one more big sweep up. Exhale, bring it in. Now we're stepping that right foot all the way to the top. So just on this first one, let's notice. If you want a little assistance, you drop the left knee, step the right foot. When it gets up there, if it's not quite to the top of your mat, give it a little help. And we can always scoot the back knee further back. And then we're separated, left and right on our mat. So now lifting the back knee. Find your stability here. Inhale, scoop up through the belly, start to rise up. Nice job. So I want you to stay really engaged here. We're pulling the belly in. Low back is long. Glute is active. Bring it down just a little deeper. Inhale, our heart stays lifted. Tail draws down slightly. Inhale, sweep. Notice there's just a little bit of movement here as I'm lowering and lifting. Inhale. Exhale, up. One more big deep breath. Exhale, take a pause. Elbows go out like a little goalpost. Okay. Now we're going to turn to your right. Take a pause. Come back to center. Inhale. Nice. Exhale, turn. It's okay if your balance feels a little wobbly, or if you want to take your back knee back down to the floor. All options that you could take. Okay, so take two more here. Inhale. See if you can bring the left side of your rib cage around to the right side, keeping your hips steady, pelvis steady. Last one, you've got it. Nice oblique work in that standing balance challenge. Let's sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Stepping right foot back. Press back into your down dog. Oh, it feels nice just to kind of shake it out a little. All right, here we go. Let's take it to the other side. So left leg lifts up, hips are square. Exhale, knee comes to nose in that plank position. Inhale, take it back. Once again, you can always drop it down to that right knee. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, take it back. Nice, hollow out, get lifted there. One more time. Dropping right knee if needed, and then step left foot forward. Find your position. Inhale. Scoop the belly again, start to rise up, leading with your core. Let's sweep the arms. Inhale, slowly, just a little lower, and then exhale, slightly lift. Inhale, down, exhale. So you could always exhale through the mouth again if you'd like. Make it more like a sigh. Then you might try that same breath, but with the mouth closed. Pausing. Let's take elbows out. Here we go. Is that oblique work? Again, let's take it over to the left. So left long edge of your mat. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can keep your hips pretty steady here. And then you're just going to turn right side of your ribs toward left side of your body. Let's go. 3, 2, you got it. Oh, I know, it's a challenge. It's awesome. Let's take it one more. We can do it together. Let's come back to center. Release it. Very good. Nice job. Step back. Once again here, if you want to take down dog as a resting pose, feel free to do so. You want to take a little child's break? Take that child's pose. Maybe just sigh it out. Always one of my favorite parts of yoga is that there's so much balance, not just physical standing balance, but balance between the work and the rest. It's very important to get that balance. So let's come back up together. Toes turn under, lift up, press back. Let's take another standing posture. So we'll take the right leg, sweep it up. Bring the right knee in, stepping all the way up to the top. Start to drop your left heel down as you sweep up. Left arm just kind of leads you all the way up into warrior two. So as you take a look here, the toes on the left foot are turning toward long edge of your mat. Your front foot is over to the front short end of your mat. The knee slightly tracking over to pinky toe side. So we're gonna reach out, get really long here through the arms, and then we're gonna bring the hands right behind the head. So just the fingertips, right along the edges of your head. See if you can keep the hinge here at your hip. Pull up like you were gonna pull your inner thighs together, or pull your heels together. Okay, now inhale, bring it over. I just call this a little tick-tock. Okay, and then back up. So the key here is to stay down as low as you can. Inhale, come over, got it, and back up. Good, inhale. Take it over. Exhale, up. Imagine you're against a wall and you're sliding along that wall with your back. Back up, good job. Let's take this one more time. Inhale, over. Exhale, bring it up, very nice. Take the arms out. Let's bring the toes around to long edge of your mat again. Sweep up. Exhale, come forward. Take a nice big wide leg forward bend. Walking the hands forward slightly just below your shoulders. See if you can shift your weights kind of towards your toes rather than all the way back into your heels. So the whole foot is there on the floor. Okay, but we're kind of shifting forward a little bit. Let's take the left hand on the floor, right arm sweeps underneath and begins to lift. Okay. Inhale. So now notice, if this is your first time really experiencing this type of a forward bend twist, you might want to elevate yourself a little, meaning you may want to put your left hand on a chair, an ottoman, or a stool, or something lifted. And secondly, notice if your hips are moving with you. So once again, are you shifting your hips? Does that right hip shift way over? And if so, see if you can kind of level them back out and then turn from the waist. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, reach, and bring it back down. Let's take that to the other side. So left arm sweeps under, inhale. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale. Check out your hips. See if you're kind of shifting with the hips again. So what will happen, we'll tend to kind of shift over into this left side. So I want you to feel like you could kind of swing your tail back around to the back of the room. And then back down. Let's take two more. Inhale. Exhale. And we've got one more together. Inhale. Sweep it up. And bring it back down. Nice job. Walk it all the way around over your front foot. And we'll step that right leg back. Finding your plank. And then pressing up and back into your down dog. Let's take about 2 to 3 more deep rounds of breath here. And then we get ready for that other side. So left leg lifting up. And bring the knee in, stepping up to the top of your mat. Find that wide space from front to back and then left to right, just slightly separated. Dropping your right heel. Sweep right arm up. Finding warrior two. Shoulders pull back. Reach out, get long. Track that left knee over to left long edge of your mat. Fingertips come right beside your head. You're in that warrior two first. Inhale. And then we create our tick-tock over to the side. Back up. Inhale. Over. and then up. So you want to see if you can keep this hinge on the left hip. Down and up. You got it. I know you're doing great. Let's take 2 more together. That right side waist and right shoulder are pulling back and back up to center. Sweep it around. This time, come all the way over. Stepping left foot back to meet the right again. Take a big, nice down dog. And then we'll drop the knees. Take a moment in child's pose. Oh, it feels so nice, right? Just to get a little break. So as we come up onto the knees, if you have a blanket or pillows or something like that around that you might want to place underneath the knees for a little bit of extra cushion, you could do that as well. So I'm facing you here. So now I'm going to take the left leg, your left leg out, okay? So we'll take the left leg out. Arms are going to sweep up. Push down through the pubic bone just a little bit so you pull your belly up and in. So we're stabilizing all through the center of the body. Okay, inhale. With your exhale, reach slightly over to the left side. Let's bring it back up. Inhale. And now exhale, take your right arm out. We're going to see if we can float. Okay. So here we are. We're floating. We're floating. Awesome. See if you can put that right hand on the floor. Good job. Now sweep it back up and then over to the side. So hand can just kind of gently rest, but we're not going to push on that knee, right? So I want you to keep the knees softly bent, engaged in the quads. Reach over, come back up. You might even just stay right here, reaching out side to side, and then start to tip it over. See if you can find that balancing point where you tip over. Come back up, same thing. Inhale, lift. Pulling up deep through pelvic floor and then all the way up into your belly. Let's take one more. So gate pose. And then over to this kind of variation of Vasisthasana or side plank. As you come over to the side, let's pause. Okay, so here we are reaching all the way up, our tails to the back of the leg. I want you to see if you can lift that leg up the same height as your hip. If it doesn't go there just yet, it's okay. Right? This, again, it's about intention. Where are we working with our intention? Your bottom probably starts to try to drop back, right? So I want you to push forward a little. Sweep the leg forward without allowing your bottom to fall back behind you. And then bring the heel back. Pull the belly in. Good. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, take it back. Nice job. Let's take it 2 more. You got it. All the way back. Now being mindful again that you're not overarching that low back. So the glute is contracted, the belly is pulling in, your powerhouse is strong. Inhale, float yourself back up, and you did it. Awesome job. And we are so fortunate today, guys. We have got 2 sides, right? So we're gonna work the other side now. Just gonna sweep up, get tall, get long. Exhale, reach over, gate pose. Inhale, come up. So it's a nice way to stretch out the obliques as well as working on the core. Okay. Come up. Inhale, stabilize. We're using it to stabilize here. And then back up. So really the deepest part of our core is for stabilization. Right? The other muscles that we tend to use, these more surface muscles, like the rectus abdominis, the muscles right in the middle, these are what we sometimes call our mirror muscles, the muscles that you might see like 6-pack abs. Come up. They are really for flexion. And our stability muscles, the ones that are deep inside, are super important to keep us healthy and to keep our spine strong. Right, so hold here or to keep it protected. So now we're going to see if we can bring this leg forward. Here we go. Bring it front and pull it back. So inhale, bring it forward. Pull belly in deep. You've got it. Exhale, take it back. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more together. We've got it. And back. Nice job. Let's see, can we float up? I think so. All right, this is it. Awesome. Ah, yay. All right, bring it back to center. Let's just have a seat. Here we go. As we have a seat, we've got one more fun thing we're going to do together, and we are just going to stretch it out for a nice little cool down. So pausing, take a moment on your mat, get your center on your island. So you're going to balance here, shoulders pull back, pull in deep through pelvic floor space again. So pelvic floor, like a Kegel contraction, right? So muscles that are deep, deep, deep inside. I want you to draw in and up, get really tall, get lifted. Start to slightly float back, float the feet. Notice the chest, there's like a string attached to your sternum and you're being lifted up. At the same time though, being mindful that the ribs aren't just opening up and pulling forward, right? You're lifting here. Pull belly in, you've got it. See if you can balance, finding that half boat. We might add a little to this half boat, a little more challenge with our stabilization, dropping one foot and then the other. If you would like a little bit different variation, you can hold on behind the legs. This is perfectly fine, acceptable, and give yourself permission, all right? So your next permission space would be just to lift up a little taller. Maybe don't lift the feet quite so high. Perfect. You can always skip, as my friend likes to say, you can take a skip asana, and you can just rest for a moment. Let's see if you're still moving, right? You're still with me. Let's try 4 more. Here we go. 4. Exhale, down, up 3. 2, I'm shaking. I like to think that it's just a minor earthquake, but it's not, it's me. All right, and we'll take that last one, good job. I want you to take your feet together, let your knees open and round yourself out very, very safely, very nicely here. Ooh, that felt nice. Feel energized. Let's come back up. I'm gonna just come back around toward you here. Let's take the legs out. So stretching out the hips, we did a lot of work there as well. So we're gonna take one leg, bring it up and over. You can hug it in, and if the bottom leg will allow, if that knee is gonna be happy, bringing the foot back, you could always take this position as well. So don't do it if it feels uncomfortable for your knee. Let's sit up really tall. See if you can draw the knee that's lifted towards you. Begin to turn. Maybe even start to hug it with your arm, wrapping your arm around. Turning. Ooh, take a nice big deep breath in, lift up tall, come around a little further. Your other hand might even be supporting you. Nice to have support. And that's what we do here. Come back to center. We support ourselves every time we move our bodies, every time we start to focus on our breath, every time you take a moment for yourself, you're giving yourself support. So bring your leg forward or bend that leg back on the bottom. So we're just switching sides. Sit up really tall. I think you just got at least an inch taller. All right, so really, really tall. Draw the knee in. Inhale. Start to wrap or just hold that knee, turning your chest. So the majority of our twist is coming from the center of our body. Right at that mid-spine area. And we feel this rotation and then this crossover of our leg and the outer hip. Typically, for most people, is where you're going to feel that. Deep into the piriformis, into the glutes, all along that outside edge of your hip. Let's take the hand back if you like. Give yourself a little physical support here. And then bring it back to center. Awesome job. All right. Let's just take a moment together. Finding seated position. Hands to knees. Similar to the beginning of your practice, just a nice little gentle moving forward and back. Now it's just a little seated cat-cow, knowing that you could come to this position anytime. You could do these little seated cat-cows sitting at a desk, sitting in a car, sitting on an airplane, wherever you find yourself. You don't have to get up and do big movements. You could just do gentle movements to move your spine and find mobility. So let's sit up nice and tall together. Close the eyes for just a moment. Notice how you're feeling. Let's take a moment, and if you'd like, you could bring your palms together. I always like to end my practice just with a little gratitude. So a moment of gratitude, bowing to your own inner voice, your inner guide, the part of you that allows you to bring in self-care. And as you give yourself that moment of gratitude, I also give you gratitude for showing up, for being here, and letting me share with you. So namaste, rock stars. I am so proud of you. Thank you for being here with me. And you can catch me in Rock Your Life every week doing new classes and new fun stuff. So if you'd like to catch me there, please do. All right. I appreciate that you being here and sharing your time with me. Peace out.